see that a lot of the questions are like, well, how soon can we start using Angular 4? How easy it is to upgrade? Well, let me tell you something. I'm about to do it right now.
So let's find out. How easy is it to upgrade, Sergio?
Absolutely. So if y'all give me just 1 second, I'm about to
take over the screen.
Share my screen here and do it all with you. Like I said, I'm super stoked about this. So hang on real quick. All right, so this is the app I built. I'll be sure to share the GitHub link to it as well in the follow-up email. This is all public. It's a list of comments. You can click on report and the content will be marked as flag. You can delete a comment. So super simple stuff. So seems like most of you are already on Angular anyway, so not a huge deal. And well, to start out, let me go ahead and clear my console. I used something called Angular CLI to start out this app. If you're new coming into Angular or still on AngularJS, Angular CLI is really awesome. To install it, all it takes is npm. You just do npm install global Angular/CLI. So this is what it takes to install Angular CLI. Once it's installed, it'll be available under as a command in your terminal as ng. I am using a Mac for this demo. If you're on Linux, it should be pretty similar. If you're on Windows, it might vary a little bit. I've honestly never gotten set up on there, so my apologies. But I do know that the Angular CLI project README does have instructions on how to get set up. And then to start a new project, we'll just say ng new and then the name of your app. So again, this is how I started this project. Once you start it out, I'm going to go on my Atom. You see this file structure right here that you see on my screen. I apologize if the fonts, at least on the left-hand side, here are a little slow. And all of our code will be under source, src. If we go into source app, that's where my components are. So my list of comments, the ones you see on the screen, are basically coming from a JSON kind of file, except that I'm using TypeScript. I added, a little interface, just personal preference here, but it's basically an array of comments. Then we have our main app component, where it basically loads in a CSS file in the template, and it provides it provides all of the list of comments and makes it available to our template. On our template, we use ng4 to iterate through the comments, and at each comment, we're using the comment component that I made, and I'm about to show you, and we pass it in using arguments, and then we also pass in, so this is, if you're familiar with Angular, this is an input, and this right here is an output. So when we're passing data in and we're getting data out. So anytime a user would like to delete a comment, they click on that button. This is the function that will get called. So let's take a quick look at the comment component. Again, most of you are already familiar with Angular. I hope I'm not boring you here. Just wanted to show you that this is a pretty standard Angular app, and Angular Chew to be more precise. And to prove that, I'll go to package.json. I'm on Angular 2.4.5. So here are all of my packages using that. Now, believe it or not, to get up to speed from Angular 2 to Angular 4, we need 2 commands. Really, it's just one. It has to do with npm installing things. One will be to bring in our dev dependencies. The other would be to bring in our actual dependencies. So, so let's go ahead and run it. Let me bring in my, terminal. I'm going to paste it in. And this one, we're installing TypeScript and the compiler CLI. using the next version. This indicates that I want the latest and greatest. I'm fearless. I don't care if it's on beta or if it's an RC. That's what I want. It's complaining about some peer dependencies. No big deal. We're about to install most of them. On this command right here, we're bringing in all of the Angular packages under all of our dependencies using --save instead of --save dev or -d, which is short for save dev. So we're installing it. All right, that was super fast. So if we look back at our package.json, now we're running Angular 4. And if the demo gods are in my favor, I'm going to be able to run npm start and now run my app with Angular 4 instead of Angular 2. Let's see how that works. Give it just a second. Oh, things compiled successfully. I'm going to reload things and voila, my app still works exactly the same. And this is the beauty of using semantic versioning. Again, when we go from Angular 2 to Angular 4, it's still the same framework, so not a whole lot of work to be done here. However, all of the new features are now available. If I wanted to, unfortunately, I don't think the animations package is yet available, but if it was, I could just npm install it, bring it in, and start using it. And that's how easy it was to upgrade from Angular 2 to Angular 4.